Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of a D3 Mini. My name is Irvin Camacho. We're actually recording live here from the new Casa Magnolia in downtown Springdale. And I'm joined by someone who I've actually wanted to interview for quite a long time now. And I'm glad we're finally here and we're making it happen at his place, actually. We have Executive Chef Rafael Rios. Thank you for joining us today, Chef.
My pleasure, my pleasure. I've been wanting to hang out a little bit more with you as well.
We were talking
we talked, and it's just kind of like one thing leads to another, but we just get busy. Mm-hmm. But I'm happy you are here. Thank you. Your team are here, and just proud of you as well. Before you say anything else,
I'm proud of you, man. You're over here.
So I'm happy you're here.
One of the things that I wanted to talk to you about was that you're the finalist. You're one of the finalists for the James Beard Award, which is a big recognition, nationwide recognition. And the two finalists are here from Northwest Arkansas. And you actually just told me that he's actually your friend, the person that is a finalist as well, right?
Yes. So Matt Cooper is a good friend of mine. We met somewhere around the 2013 or something like that. We were grinding it out, like people say, and the culinary scene in Northwest Arkansas. A lot of things happening in Bentonville at the time. It's always been something that it kind of leads in so many ways, but also there was the place of opportunity for all of us. There was other chefs as well, but Chef Cooper came from Little Rock. I came from California. We met somewhere in the 2013, I believe, and became really good friends. We did a lot of things together. We have, and we still collaborate. So, it's I don't want people to think that we're enemies or anything like that. We're in the same battle, though.
Yeah. I asked you if he was your arch nemesis before we started recording, and you said no. You said that's my friend.
No, he's a good friend of mine. Good friend of mine, and I look forward to bringing this accolade, this big award to Northwest Arkansas.
And is this the first time that there's been two finalists from Northwest Arkansas?
The first time ever to have a finalist in the entire state. So that's a big thing for the two of us. Mm-hmm. He's been. I think this is his second nomination as a semifinalist. I'm on my fifth nomination or whatever. It's just many years. But it shows consistency. It shows us that we have commitment. He is as good as can be. He's got a great team. Chef London Daniel is over there. I miss him. And I think that we both deserve it. Mm-hmm. So I hope I'll be very happy if he wins it.
And when's that day? When are you going to find out if you win it or if he wins it?
So we have a gala, a beautiful event that happens at the Opera House in Chicago in June 16th.
Okay.
And they'll announce it just like the Oscars,
You're going to suit up and...
Oh, yeah. It's a fancy thing,
Nice.
You got a bow tie.
You bought your suit already or not yet?
No, I gotta work on my...
You got to work out.
It's like going to the beach, in the middle of the summer, and you're going to go visit. You got to kind of prepare yourself for it.
So what are you going to do? Like, do you run or like, are you trying to go more to the gym? What are you trying to do?
Nothing really. Just less stress.
I feel that.
I think that I have my son. Actually, he's a supporter. We have a little space in the house where he has some free weights, and he goes running, and he supports me. He's like, he wakes me up, or he tells me, "Hey, let's go run, or let's do this." So I got a great support at the house. But the most important thing is mentally prepare ourselves for something like that. It's a big thing, mentally preparing ourselves, making sure that I have something kind of lined up to say to people when I'm there. How am I going to represent Northwest Arkansas? Mm-hmm. How...
You're also representing Latinos, too.
Yeah, and not to mention that was the first one ever in the entire state of Arkansas to be nominated as the first Latino.
Oh, wow.
So it's a big thing. First one to ever be representing the state of Arkansas at the Smithsonian Folklife Festival in D.C.
And that's a little bit like forward in the story, but I kind of want to go a little bit back. You're originally from Michoacan, right? Can you talk a little bit about like what was your childhood like in Michoacan?
Well, I did a lot of fishing. We had crystal clear rivers, evergreens in Michoacan. There's Michoacan is the soul of Mexico. In other words, I lived a good childhood. My dad was a seasonal farm worker since the early 70s in California.
Was he part of like the Braceros program?
Right before then, my
Before?
grandfather was part of the Braceros program.
So was my grand.
So, and they were here.
Okay.
My grandfather was a bracero. My dad was a seasonal farm worker. He worked in Bakersfield, California. I was, he was gone for the majority of the year, like most, a lot of us do still now. He was in California from, say, February, March to November, and then he would be home for some time and then come back the next year and so on and so forth.
Is that the part where is that the place where you lived in California? Was it Bakersfield?
Mostly, he lived all over the place. I lived in Oxnard, California, but his early years in the United States, my dad's were mostly Central Valley, Madera, Bakersfield, Tulare, Visalia, all those places.
Did y'all ever go to Salinas?
We did.
That's where I was. That's where I was born.
It's pretty close.
Bakersfield's pretty close.
Yeah,
right?
Salinas and Bakersfield are so close together. But yeah, they did the seasonal. They would go from Oxnard to Salinas, and then Salinas to Washington if they're doing like all they call it the la carreras, los runs, Mm-hmm. So they would go from place to place and work, make some money for those that were good and smart, because just like we have now, it's like a big thing that has to do with stability, and the family has to do with how do you behave when you're away from family. Do you drink a lot, or do you have party a lot? Or we still have that nowadays, but my dad was always
focused.
I remember him bringing. We were looking forward to him coming, and we kind of knew it was coming because my mom would go and do some extra shopping, and she started cleaning up the house a little bit more, doing some more. We can kind of sense it, so he would bring. So since he would show up over there in Michoacan right around November, we knew that we were gonna have Snickers, Three Musketeers, like all these things, because he would save the candy for. He would go shopping for candy after the 31st, after Halloween, and then he would come home with like boxes of candy. So, and he'd give them out to all the kids. So everybody, it was like seeing someone really beautiful coming.
Kind of like Santa Claus a little bit, right?
Yeah, kind of like Santa Claus. So it was just like gifts for everybody,
And you were you still in Michoacan then? Or that was back when you were a kid, right?
Yeah, when I was a kid. That was my childhood. I lived in Michoacan until the age of 14.
Okay.
And that was in 1989 when I came to the United States for the first time.
Oh, wow. And based on what you're saying, it kind of sounds like your dad is like your biggest inspiration. Would you say that?
Sometimes I shake because of that. He is. Obviously, my mom is also just as big because she endured a lot of things. I mean, she had to raise kids, and she had to deal with scarcity. We don't have enough for this. We don't have enough for that. How do we deal with this? How do we deal with that?
Sometimes the moms are like the unsung heroes of the family, right? Because they're the ones that hold the family together.
Yeah, and then they had to do a lot of writing because back then the way of communicating was through letters. Yeah. It's
I forget
crazy
about that.
It's
sometimes.
crazy, but I mean, my mom and my dad, they have boxes full of.
They still have them?
Yes, we have them, and we sometimes we go through those things, and we see how, like, your son is doing great, or the baby was born healthy, those kind of things, and it's just like it's hard. It just makes you so proud of all the things that they've endured. And that's why I'm so proud of both of them. But my dad is obviously, he's the one that taught us how to work. He's the one that made us entrepreneurs, believe it or not. We sold from corn to melons, flowers, whatever, in California to make it, to make it work for us. But also, he's my hero because when I was in the military, I was deployed. I was in combat zones and stuff like that. And those 12 months or those 16 months were those months of the most loneliness that one can have, right? So I can see how for so many years my dad did this, and he made sure that my mom was okay, that we were okay, that we had everything we needed within his limitations, but there was never a moment that he wasn't thinking of us, and I know because I lived it. And on a personal level, I would say he was one of maybe two people that were super focused, like family. Teach the kids when you're home. You teach them this. When you're not home, you keep up with them. You keep up with your wife. You keep up with this. You don't.
He probably felt that sense of responsibility where, like, if he wasn't focused, then how that would affect his future generations to come, right? To have the opportunity to come to this country, to be able to work. Yeah. It's like he was responsible enough to be like, man, I can't really mess this up. I have to stay focused. And that's a beautiful thing to know that your dad did that for you and for your family. Yeah.
To date, he doesn't drink or smoke, or he never has. He's just a good old man, and we love that about him.
So then you moved eventually to California, right? And then did you join the military when you were in California? Is that?
Yeah. It's a funny story because I'm the first one. Talk about groundbreaking, right? I was the first one in my family to ever join the military, and I had told my mom and dad. This is when, in 1993, 94, there was a big push in the Spanish TV to recruit. And I remember, hey, sé todo lo que puedes ser en el Army. Yeah. Hey, te vamos a enseñar a construir puentes. And they show you all these beautiful things. And
make you want to run through a wall when you see those commercials.
I want to be there. Yo quiero estar ahí. I want to be there. So I told my mom and dad before, again, we're still seasonal. We go to Mexico every year and all this stuff. So I told them, I want to join the Army. They're like, no way. You're not going because there's, you just not... We don't want you to go. We want you to stay here because family is very strong. So when they went to Mexico, I joined the Army.
I was going to ask you, how did you convince them? But
I didn't.
You were just
I just made them really upset and mad. I joined the Army. My brother, Fernando, the oldest, went to my graduation from basic training. First time on a plane. All these things are important because at the end of the day, he delivered this beautiful message from my parents. And it's just, it's like in the movies. We're not gonna let you. At the end, we're not gonna let you fail. We're not gonna leave you alone. And there's always this strong family tie. So I say that from the bottom of my heart. I have the most supportive family that one could ever wish for. And you'll see it. There's all these kids here. We got. Kids working at the farm, mom and dad, they deliver the produce. My wife, if I call her, she's like, hey, I forgot this. Can you bring it? She'll do it.
It's a family operation.
Yeah, it's like super close.
So you currently have 2 restaurants and 3 food trucks, right? Is it 3 food trucks or 2 food trucks?
We have 2 Yeyos food trucks, 1 Sweet Dream Creamery food truck. So 3 food trucks and 2 restaurants and this beautiful place where we are right now, which is Casa Magnolia.
But it all started with the family farm. That's kind of where everything kind of roots. Y'all, I believe what I read was that y'all came here, and then in like 2006, 2007, around that time, y'all purchased a good amount of property, right?
Yeah.
And then y'all started working on farming. I believe you said that there was like 900 square feet of a garden that y'all had to grow things, and eventually it led. Can you talk a little bit about that? About how it goes from the farm to starting with the restaurants and with the Bentonville Farmers Market in between?
Yeah. So when we came here, we came in search of rural type of living, right? So we came here in 2006 for the first time as an entire family. Roman, my youngest brother, who is also my business partner here at Casa Magnolia, he came here a couple of years before.
Okay.
And he became a real estate agent. And we sold a house that we had purchased in California.
if you sell a house around that time, you get a lot of money.
Yeah, we did. So we sold it for five or six times what it was worth.
Yeah.
And
I had an uncle who sold his house, and then like he came over here and paid cash for a house when he moved over here.
That's our situation. It was like it just happened, you know. But we came here. We started. Roman bought a house in downtown Bentonville at that time for less than $50,000. So we're talking about acts of God or divine intervention or whatever that might be. It just happened to us. And we were blessed, right? So we came here in 2006. Started farming, not really farming. We planted some corn and some cactus, some tomatoes, peppers, and onions. All the little things that we wanted to sustain ourselves. We got horses, we got chickens, we got eggs, all those little things. Very similar to the lifestyle that we had in Michoacan, and which. This is the reason why we came to Northwest Arkansas from California, because it's just too busy for us. We started farming. We started planting those things, taking some of that to the St. Vincent de Paul, our church, and because we had excess, we just had too much.
Okay.
So we started bringing that over. Even that was not enough, so we decided that we would join the farmers market. We were the first non-white farmers, literally.
Wow.
And this is all great. I mean, obviously, the community embraced that. They got to know the family. We got to break ground, for a lot of others after us. And sure enough, that was like the beginning of the Yeyos and the Rios families' really true story in regards to the culinary scene, the concepts and everything was those decisions that we made to join the farmers market to make some money, just so we don't waste food and stuff like that. So that started in 2006 because of that. But it was a small little plot of land. From there, within the same property, we got maybe 4 more acres, and we started scaling up. And now we had more. We joined the Rogers Farmers Market at the time. Bentonville Farmers Market, and then that's when I came along because I was retiring from the Army, and decided to start a concept that was farm to table with the food truck, and that kind of was the beginning of the Yeyos concepts.
Yeyo es tu papá.
Sí,
¿Puedes hablar un poco sobre el nombre? Porque a lo mejor la gente piensa que tú eres Yeyos.
Sí, no, yo no soy Yeyos. El Yeyos verdadero es mi padre. Mi papá se llama Héctor Ríos. Pero él es Yeyo porque su hermana, Audelia, es como muy curioso, pero es muy simple. Él le llamaba Lela y ella le llamaba a él Yeyo. Y fue creciendo y se quedó.
¿Por qué será que hacemos eso, verdad? Porque, como te dije anterior, mi papá se llamaba Demetrio y su familia le decía Meme.
Sí.
Y hay gente que... Yo sé que también José le dicen Pepe, pero eso creo que es más malo a los José. Pero que como escogemos un nombre que es más fácil para pronunciar...
Pues en México es algo ya cultural, ¿no? Es casi una cultura. Casi todos tenemos un sobrenombre o algo más corto, no sé. Algo que nos identifica, pero es algo bonito al final de cuentas. Pero sí, entonces Yeyos es mi padre, ¿no? Por él y obviamente por mi madre también, por las cosas que te platiqué. Pues ellos dieron mucho de su vida, y creo que es algo muy merecido que nosotros demos honor a esa... pues a la familia, ¿no? Y a las fundaciones.
Como estamos platicando, tú estás nominado a este premio de James Beard Award. ¿Tú qué crees que es la diferencia entre la comida que haces tú, que a lo mejor por qué agarra tanta atención nacionalmente? Si puedes explicar un poco sobre qué es lo que tú crees que es la gran diferencia en la comida que haces tú.
Antes de que te conteste esto, quiero que la gente sepa un poquito de lo que es verdaderamente el James Beard Award. ¿Por qué tanto media? ¿Por qué tan importante? Pues lo que pasa es que el James Beard Award es un reconocimiento muy importante a la gastronomía. Okay. En muchas facetas, en muchas partes. Tanto en la calidad del estilo de vida que puedes tú a ofrecer a la gente, obviamente, las técnicas, los procesos. En pocas palabras, es los Oscars o los Grammys, ¿no?
Grammys.
De los cocineros. Y solamente aquí en Estados Unidos es lo más grande, o sea, es el reconocimiento más grande que puedes tener un chef. Es una forma de reconocer los esfuerzos, lo que ofrece un chef a la comunidad. Y nosotros creemos que hemos hecho el trabajo correctamente en ese aspecto porque dedicamos mucho tiempo a la enseñanza y la comprensión de la comida, ¿sí? Si algún comensal viene a comer a Yeyos, por ejemplo, y nos hace una pregunta, yo tengo que tenerle una respuesta. ¿De dónde viene mi platillo? ¿Quién lo come? ¿Cuándo lo comí yo por primera vez? ¿Qué me recordó? ¿Cuál es el proceso? ¿Tiene gluten? ¿No tiene gluten? O sea, la gente quiere saber más de la comida. La gente cada día más se va metiendo más en las decisiones de qué es lo que vas a comer, de dónde viene. Entonces, nosotros en Yeyos estamos muy dedicados a eso, y sobre todo cambiar la percepción de calidad que tiene la gente cuando come comida mexicana, por ejemplo. ¿A qué me refiero? Y todavía pasa, ¿no? ¿A qué me refiero? Es que nosotros somos un escalón, una vitrina para decir, miren, esto es la comida mexicana, así se hace una nixtamalización, así se hace una tortilla. Queremos que sepan qué hacemos, abremos nuestra cocina, miren lo que hacemos, pregúntenle las preguntas que quieran, pero vamos a mostrarles un lado de la comida que mucha gente no lo hace, que quiere decir, yo les voy a enseñar un proceso. ¿Por qué mi comida vale igual que una hamburguesa o una comida china o una comida italiana? ¿Por qué no puedo yo bajarle, o sea, reducir el valor de nuestro trabajo? Porque nuestros empleados, tenemos que ser justos con nuestros empleados, pagarles sueldos buenos, una cierta educación, digamos, a la gente para que sepa verdaderamente lo que está comiendo y cómo se hace su comida. ¿Sí? Entonces, y cambiar esa percepción de valor, ¿no? En la percepción de valor es muy importante porque una de las cosas que podemos, en las que podemos coincidir es que la UNESCO reconoció la comida mexicana como algo irreparable, algo como que no se puede replicar. Se le dice en inglés Intangible Asset of Humanity. Y pasó junto con la comida francesa.
Oh, wow.
¿Sabes? Nosotros confitamos carnitas, ¿no?
Yeah.
Y esa técnica es una técnica muy francesa, ¿no? Es muy, muy sofisticado, ¿no? ¿Y qué tenemos en el estado de Michoacán, en Quiroga específicamente? La capital mundial de las carnitas, del confit, ¿no? Y entonces es lo que les decimos a la gente. Ok, las carnitas es un confit. Técnica francesa, ¿no? En los libros, pero nosotros la utilizamos. Tenemos el pib de Yucatán, que es un horno, ¿no? Bajo tierra, que no mucha gente usa. Entonces, todas esas cosas, todos esos elementos son importantes para darle el valor a nuestra comida, y creo que ahí es donde nosotros entramos a decir, ok, mi carne asada o lo que sea, yo voy a buscar el mejor corte, o voy a buscar un corte de mejor calidad. También nos enfocamos en los sabores y en las regiones de México. Wow. ¿Sí? Y obviamente ofrecemos lo que la gente toda quiere, ¿no? Unos nachos, unos taquitos, ¿sí? Pero también nos llevamos un poquito más al fondo a un mole negro, con todos sus ingredientes, con todo ese proceso que se muele en molinos de piedra. Aquí nosotros lo hacemos.
Do you still enjoy going to eat somewhere else though, like some other Mexican restaurant, or do you find yourself criticizing the food when you go?
No. I think that I have many restaurants that I go to.
Can you name any? Like
right here.
Which ones do you like?
Las Cazuelas is one of my favorites. Las Cazuelas is one of my favorites. I'm going to tell you a couple of things.
Do you walk there sometimes from when you're here? Go to that.
I do. Las Cazuelas has a season. It's well seasoned food. I love.
Shout out Carmen, who's the owner.
Yeah.
Of
Yes.
one of the
I
owners.
met Miss Carmen when they first started, I guess. But I love their menudo on Sundays. You know, I love los burritos de asado rojo.
I haven't had that. The ones that I have son los huevos al albanil.
Yeah. I mean, but
My
you can
goodness,
see,
my
you can
goodness.
see. I am a lover of Mexican food.
Mm-hmm.
Me gustan los guisados, no, like the stuff like Miss Carmen does.
Le ponen amor
Yes.
cuando hacen la comida. You
Yes.
can taste that they actually
Yeah.
make the food with love.
So I love that. I mean, that's one of my favorites. And then you're gonna, if you just want some good carnitas or some good buche or like the stuff that most people find weird, I just go to Don Pedro's Carnitas or stuff like that here in Springdale.
Shout out to Ricardo over there, Ricardo Palos.
Yeah, they're old timers here. They've been here for so many years.
Yeah, they won the Cuatro Hermanos.
Yeah.
Wasn't their store right here? I think it was here once
It used
for a little
to, it used to
bit.
hit, but it's not. It just moved up there. But yes, I cherish that. I think that you give credit to the people that deserve the credit, and I think that they have amazing food.
What other chefs do you like? What other chefs have you tried their food that you like from around the area?
I would have to venture outside of the Mexican food.
Okay,
scene.
yeah, for sure.
But Mike Robershaw is a mentor to me.
He's Pizzeria Ruby, right?
He is the owner of Pizzeria Ruby. He's a mentor, a good friend, one of my best friends here in Northwest Arkansas. We met again in the 2013 time when he opened Press Room. Press Room was a staple, in my opinion, one of the best restaurants that we've ever had here in Northwest Arkansas. And then he went and ventured into this small little food truck with the most amazing pancakes in Persephone on Wheels, it was called.
Oh wow.
Persephone on Wheels was more like a Mediterranean Greek falafel, all those beautiful things. He's super knowledgeable, but he owns Pizzeria Ruby now, and
Delicious.
he is a beast. He's the biggest beast there is in Northwest Arkansas, in my opinion. And I
He's
just
kind of like a mentor, kind of to you.
not only a mentor, but we're friends. But a good mentor. He tells me things like they are, and I take it, and he does the same for me. See? So
It's good to have people like that.
Chef Matt Cooper. I mean, definitely Chef Matt Cooper. Again, great food, gluten free, celiac. Like all these little things that he's actually opening up a new farm. He's working on his own farm as well, and the new concept. I think he's just north of Bentonville.
Okay.
But again, I think that those are the chefs that I look forward to always working with and collaborating with. Yeah.
So this Casa Magnolia, where we're at, this is an idea from you. You came
Yes.
up with this idea. You wanted to do this. Why did you want to do this? Because it's like a hub, and it has a lot of different things, a lot of different good things for the community. Can you talk about where the idea came about, and yeah, just tell us a little bit about Casa Magnolia, please.
Yeah. Casa Magnolia exists. It's been in the works for at least 2.5 years, close to 3 years. One of the reasons why Casa Magnolia exists is because of, again, my parents and people like our parents who are absolutely lovers of coffee, just like most of us are. They love reading books or they love to go out, but they're kind of limited. It could be a change of demographics. It could be a change of generations, but they seem to not have a place at times for them as well.
Yeah.
I think of my mom and dad going to a fancy coffee shop and instantly feeling like they don't belong, right? Or just going to a place where they are the oldest people that anyone has ever seen, and they just feel like there's something not right. So what we're trying to do here is 100% make it a multi-generational place. Live and hear each other, embrace each other. We got a piano here. So on Sundays, usually on Sundays, we play music. We are reaching out to the local nursing homes. There's a lot of talent there. We have an open system of booking the place or coming over here to activate the place. But
Y'all doing comedy shows too?
We do comedy shows. We do a small little concerts.
Community. Like my wife and I got to speak here like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
We spoke about immigrant rights.
Yeah.
Then you'll have these books that are a collaboration between you all, Ambivert books and Two Friends books as well, which is really cool. Spanish books here too.
Yes,
for people to read.
So they are doing an amazing job. Ambivert has the Spanish books. You know, the collaboration with Two Friends bookstores. Monica and Rachel are doing an amazing job as well. They're great partners, and we brought them here for the same reason. How do we make literacy an incentivized way of people to come to Casa Magnolia, where they can find books in different languages? They can read the books if they don't have money. You know, people can literally come here if they don't have money and read the books here. There's a suggested donation for books because this is a non-for-profit arm. So this is how we will sustain, obviously, the books, putting books on the shelves. We're trusting. You know, we want to have more trust in each other. Make sure that the community has the ability to go back to the trust-based way of doing things, you know?
Yeah. I don't even see that many cameras in here.
No, and we have...
Y'all really trust people.
So what we have is a Canva type of signage that has it in Spanish and English.
I didn't even see that.
And it tells you what
si
the
quieres
process
llevar
is.
la casa, paga lo que puedas en el iPad.
Sí, es lo que puedas. But we have bestsellers. We have... we're creating this incentive program for the kids to come and give us a synopsis of their books that they read, and they get a little prize. So we're trying to get the kids, the children, to bring their parents, because let's be honest, sometimes us as parents, it's hard for us to, you know, because we're working or we were not raised this way. So how do we make sure that the community is reading more? You know, and how do we make them come back to read more?
That's so cool.
You
got some Marshallese also?
Yeah, we have Marshallese.
Books.
There's not a lot of Marshallese text out there, but we're actively looking for more and more.
That's the most Marshallese books I've ever seen in my life. There's like 7 of them here, so that's cool.
So those are all important things. We want to have everyone come here, and the space is up there. We have about 6 rooms. We're gonna be pairing up with D&D clubs, Dungeons and Dragons clubs. We have a chess club coming up.
I'm gonna get my Yu-Gi-Oh crew over here to play some cards.
We have reading clubs in Spanish, English. So all of those things are important. We want to make sure that this place exists for those that feel like, too fancy of a place is not good for them, or just they just feel like there's something missing as a community to cater to the rest of us.
Yeah, like I told you, we've been using the space already.
Yeah.
Even before I met you. We've had meetings at the top. We spoke here. Like, obviously, we're filming the podcast here.
Yeah.
So we really appreciate you bringing this idea here because it's needed. A community hub goes a long way. I've seen people here studying.
Yeah.
I've seen here people like just coming in their lunch break and just like reading. And I've also seen a lot of people that I know here. So that sense of community that you're building is so important for our area.
And it's super diverse. I mean, you'd have to be here and be like, hey, everybody's coming, different age groups, different nationalities, different everything. And this is exactly what I wanted out of Casa Magnolia, to make a hub where conversations happen, where people can embrace each other. They, they're okay with each other's presence, and like this is important. Yeah. It's important for the future of this country, period.
And I think in the future, Chef Rios, we're going to have to do like a longer episode because I feel like we have so much to talk to.
I know.
We're limited on time here. Yeah. But I did want to ask you, one of the questions that I ask a lot of our guests is, what do you do to take care of your mental health?
My mental health is always going to be driven by family. So family and teaching my kids how to do good. Never abusing of anything that I might have over other people.
That's good.
And but never expecting less from other people either. So fairness, and just putting the name of the Latino community at a different level here is important to me. because that's how we can make changes. You know.
That's so cool. Thank you for everything that you're
Yeah.
doing. We appreciate it. And we'll be sending good vibes your way. So hopefully you win this award.
Yes.
Because hey, it'd be cool. It'd be cool to have someone from NWA, but it'd also be cool to have a Latino win it too.
Absolutely.
You know?
We're looking forward to it. We're looking forward to it. And do some prayers for us. Cheers up. I think I have a good feeling we're going to bring it home this time.
This is Executive Chef Rafael Rios. Hopefully he wins the award and brings it back to Northwest Arkansas. But for everybody watching, that was the end of this episode. Thank you all for watching, and we'll catch you all next month in the D3 Minis.